Welcome back to another edition of Box Cars here on Boxing Unwrap. Today we're going to talk about, in this little car ride we got going, about Amanda Serrano being the most followed women's athlete on Instagram. Why is that important? Well, for a few things, right? Let's begin here. Claressa Shields has been on this thing where she wants to kind of discredit the 55 million views that she has gotten, right? On the Mike Tyson, Jake Paul fight card. Well, understand that the numbers are legit, because the numbers are not just 55 million viewers, but 55 million viewers during her specific fight. Meaning, people did not click off. As a matter of fact, it went up as words started getting around of what was happening in that fight and how good that fight was turning out to be. So that was that. So, but she was saying, Claressa Shields was saying, hey, that's not true, because Katie Taylor did 1.5 million viewers, right, on The Zone, and her fight with Savannah Marshall in the UK made 2 million viewers, and those are the sole two, right? The sole two events that were women headlined, right? Whereas Serrano Taylor 2 was on an undercard of an icon, basically, she's trying to say. So they were there to see him, not her. It just happened to be a happenstance, a byproduct of what was already to come, right? Okay, listen, I'm not stupid. It makes sense. I can agree to that to some extent, right? First of all, when they claimed that it was the most viewed women's sporting event of all time, I don't know if Claressa, her fight with Savannah Marshall, was the most viewed, because I don't know, like, if maybe women's Wimbledon, or, you know, things like that, like those kind of tennis events, because tennis is huge, right, for women. Olympic ice skating, huge. Maybe at some point there was more than 2 million viewers for one particular. I haven't looked it up, but I might do that just to see if my argument might be correct or there's some merit to it. But the Williams sisters, Venus and Serena, I mean, I want to say that they probably had either 2 million viewers at one point on TV or more. I mean, if they did not, it would shock me, to be honest with you. Because even I watched them, and I don't watch tennis a whole lot, and I watched them, right, when it was pertinent, when it was, you know, made to be an event. But why does it matter? Why does it matter that she has the most followers now on Instagram as a women's athlete? Well, Claressa said that that's not a thing, because it shouldn't be considered her numbers on the Mike Tyson Jake Paul card because of Mike Tyson, and it wasn't solely hers. Well, she reached those heights on Instagram after that card in that fight. So meaning there were a few 100,000 people, I would imagine, that first discovered her, and Katie Taylor, by the way, and I haven't looked at Katie Taylor's numbers, discovered her during that stream, during that event on Netflix, and didn't know who she was, and are now following her. On Twitter, she has about 20,000 to 15,000 more, maybe around there, followers than Claressa. So they're about neck and neck there. But, you know, Twitter is successful. You know, X is successful. So no problem there. Twitter has always been, X has always been a slow-paced social media platform to grow. You know, unless you are like some sort of a, you know, phenom that breaks out it's hard to sort of, compete in that space and make your numbers in that space. So that's not a shock to me at all. Her, just being only that much more followers than Claressa, but it's still more than Claressa. But Claressa's saying that was Mike Tyson. Well, the few 100,000 followers that found Serrano for the first time and then decided to go and see her on Instagram, that proves that the 55 million people who tuned in, that 1 to 2% did convert into view. Like, if they found her through that. So let's say, I just don't understand. I guess I do understand why Claressa's so mad. But so Cam said this, and It Is What It Is, the podcast, right? He said, when Bronny got more money, I forget the other kid's name who got passed over. He was 100 times better than Bronny and didn't get a $6 million contract, got like a regular little contract. He said, don't be mad at Bronny. Be mad at your agent. Because your agent negotiated you that contract. Whereas Bronny's agent negotiated him that contract, and he said that for a reason. Like, he had a reason to say that because it was like either I forget, but it was something there that made him say that because it made sense to say that, right? Like, be mad at the people who negotiated the contract for you. So I'm saying that to say, Claressa, you had the same opportunities that she had, right? Like, if you're feeling that people are paying attention more to somebody else and you think you're that much greater, then your people are not doing right by you. You can't be mad at Amanda and saying, hey, you're only making those numbers because you with Jake Paul. Yeah, he has a promotional company. He approached her, she approached him, her people approached him and said, I think you're the best bet to take us to the next level. And guess what happened? He took her to the next level. He took her to the next level, and he's the driver of the vehicle. He said, get on my train. I'm gonna steamroll us ahead, and I'm gonna make your career. And this is the plan. And they said, okay, that's a good plan. You're up and coming, you're a YouTube star, you're huge in the YouTube space. The celebrity boxing of YouTube is popping right now in that time. Cool. You could get eyes on me, and that's what happened. It was a calculated risk. It was a strategic plan. She got them to manage her. They negotiate terms for her. You have the same opportunity. You got the same opportunities as she has. But for some reason, you're happy with the team you got, but every single time you're just out there. You're out there and you're complaining. I already made one video about it, but this is more pertinent now. As Amanda Serrano reaches that plateau of most followed women's athlete on Instagram, that's a big deal. Because now she can monetize her Instagram even further if she wanted to. She has 1.2 million followers. She can say, hey, I can advertise this for you, this training equipment, this fragrance, these sneakers, these headbands, whatever. And then she gets paid for that. She'll get paid, she can monetize. The whole point is, let's get out this game early without all of these injuries, but have enough something coming back in every time, right? So we can live happy. She's a millionaire. She said it. If somebody said, hey, you're just a Jake Paul puppet, she was like, correction. I'm a Jake Paul millionaire puppet. Get it right. She said. Why Claressa is so angry, I don't know. Listen, our Claressa, I think I'm that bitch, right? I'm gonna go ahead and pick up that phone and be like, Jake, I want to do a cross-promotional thing. I need them same eyes on me. I need them same eyes on me. But instead, you went the other route. You went the other way with it. And let jealousy just consume you. And now you can't make that same amount of money. And now you got to make spaces and talk and all of this. Have you ever heard Amanda Serrano do a X-Space Talk thing? Like what they call it? No, she never has. I never even seen her do a live. Maybe she does it on her Instagram, but I never seen her live. I never got, maybe I'm not on enough, but here Claressa is doing all these things on social media and saying all these things, trying to change her narrative. Dog, you have, they shouldn't even consider the heavyweight division belt that you got as another weight division conqueror. You fought with the equivalent of a skilled school teacher. Let's be serious for a second. Context matters, man. Context matters. Context has always mattered. I could race a bunch of homeless guys that have health problems, right? And I could do 100 races in 100 days and say I won 100 races in 100 days. I hold whatever record. Technically, you can't take that from me, right? It's fact. That did happen. But context matters. It was against homeless people, right? That have disabilities. The races were real. The people were real. The races were raced. I won legitimately. But context matters. And I'm sorry, I'm not referring to the women she fought as homeless folks with disabilities. Don't get me wrong. I'm giving you an extreme example, an extreme version of what I think happens. Like, that lady was not a skilled fighter. She was not. Claressa is much more skilled. She was not on her level. And she was on not many women's level. I guarantee you, if that lady would have fought a 147 pounder and the 147 pounder came in at 147 and she would have came in at 175, whatever it was, she would still lose. Amanda Serrano could have still beat that lady. No cap. Like, literally. That lady was terrible. She was horrible. She was horrible. I don't want to be mean, but I gotta be truthful. A lot of Claressa Shields wins are hollow victories. Yes, they are. And I think she knows that deep inside. That resumes can't be touched. She's just going by accomplishments, but are they really? Aside from a few, are they really? I don't think so. She hopes so. She hopes that's good enough. She should take up Chris Cyborg's challenge and open weight. See what happens. I mean, come on. Why not, right? Why not? I think that'll be great. I think that'll be great. And I think, that kind of fight, unfortunately, will get eyes on Claressa. So, unless she's afraid of, lose, that's a different story. But Amanda Serrano is the most followed women's champion. I'm going to make another video. I will actually make another video at some point about Serrano and where she fits in Puerto Rican culture and boxing culture. Where does she fit? Where does she rank? I'll make one of those soon. But until then, what do you think? Do you think Claressa Shields is still salty? Because I just saw today she did another space talk. So do you think she's super salty? Do you think she should stop? Do you think she should reach out and say, hey, I want the same kind of money. What can we do? Right? Or do you think that, she's being unfairly treated and she is better than Amanda Serrano and deserves more things? She just hasn't got them. Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next video. And I'm out on this edition of Box Cars. Peace.